Yeah, so something else I want to say about this Isisaya, Vivaya, Isisaya, Jaya prayer is that imagine that there are more ritualistic elements added to it. We could be right now around a fire, 20 people invoking with some music in the background, some drumming, maybe other instruments playing, and we are dancing, we're activating that right now it's just me with my voice with the camera, right? But imagine that it goes deeper than that. Imagine that you can have a temple, marble temple somewhere in the middle of the desert in Egypt, and then you have this full moon ritual activated, you have fires around, and the space has been created and activated into very pure ways. We have fruit around, we have, this very sensual and activated space, and then suddenly before you know it, this trance state is starting to emerge and activate itself. We have been bathing and purifying our bodies. Maybe we have been fasting for a few days. The thing is that all those ritualistic elements create precisely a mystical experience that can expand massively into whole new dimensions. Like right now, what you see on my face, it's just clay. Pour on my body, it looks a little bit messy. It could be a little bit more, cleaner the way it is being put. It could be, painted with more, more presence and more design. But the thing is this, it is that the energy of Isis or Isisa understands the intention. Right now, these clay are microcrystals, it's tiny little crystals that are put on my body, and then there is an intention, there is a resonance, there is really the blue sky right now that is receiving this prayer. And so if you feel a little bit, intimidated or shocked or kind of having some energetic reaction to what you see right here, this is perfectly normal because we haven't been conditioned to do those things. So it's a little bit unusual, and you're like, wow, this is a bit wild, it's a little bit crazy. And to a certain extent it is, because the mystical pathways are a little bit crazy. They are like, disconnecting with the traditional way of doing and being like fools, devoting ourselves to the divine energy and to the sacredness, disconnecting our brains, disconnecting our judgments, disconnecting this mental block that we have when we try to access the divine, and then dissolving all that and simply entering into a full embodied experience. All right? And this is beautiful. It's like this is what we do as mystics. And so the question is, what happens once you invoke that? Maybe you are doing a dance, similar dance, to sing this mantra, and you don't feel anything, and that's perfectly okay. You don't have to feel anything on the very moment that you're doing it, because sometimes it's just a practice right in the beginning. But what is going to start happening is that if you keep on practicing, then eventually you're going to start opening pathways of light, nadis or energy pathways, or you become really a channel for that energy. You become a portal or a gateway for that energy to embody itself. And then what happens is that you start entering into bliss states, light states. Sometimes you might be just meditating, and then you feel this vibrating light energy frequency all around you. And this light frequency, it's not just light, it is consciousness, it is awakening, it is intelligence, and it is a force and powers that are incarnating or embodying themselves in our system. So yeah, if you want to be initiated into these mysteries and come to some of my events, some of the things we do are not as crazy as that. Luckily, we'll sit down, meditate together, sing some mantras, and do some embodiment practices, discover more about, how to bring all that into this reality. And this is the energy of Isisa, right? This is a very specific lineage. It's connected with ancient Egypt, but an actualization into today's world. There are lots of other deities within that field. Amun-Ra is right there. We are going to talk about that another time, but basically this is what is happening right now within this field. So this transmission of the Isisa power or Isisa energy And that's one of the ways we can do it. There are many, many more things that we can do. But for now, I'm going to let you with this. If you are intrigued and you want to know more about all these initiations and the powerful opening pathways that we can access within us with that energy, yeah, I look forward to help you with that. And yeah, don't worry. These techniques are completely safe. Okay, I've been practicing these things for like 30 years. It has been in my field, you know, different meditation techniques, mantras, and so on. I've been disappearing in caves in the Himalayas, hiding in the deserts of Egypt, and singing to these goddesses' energies. And yeah, look at me. I'm going a little bit crazy, but not too much. No, I'm still completely functional on this planet. You know, I coach, I have a professional life, I have good friends over here. So, you know, see, it's completely embodied and it's completely integrated in my field. So know that all that is completely safe. You won't, you know, go nuts with that. And if you ask for my help, I make sure that I keep on guiding you into integrating and keeping your 2 feet really solidly on the ground so that you don't get lost into the etheric realms. Vivaya, Isisaya, Isisaya Jaya.